Hey, gentlemen over 60, let's talk straight. Those aching knees, stiff hips, or hands that feel like they're locked up. They're not just old age. There are 3 foods you're likely eating every day that are quietly wrecking your joints, turning simple tasks like walking the dog or getting out of bed into a battle. I'm not here to scare you, but to help you feel like you again, like the guy who used to toss a ball with his kids or dance with his wife without wincing. Imagine waking up with less pain, moving easier, and enjoying life more. In this video, I'll reveal those 3 culprits, what to eat instead, and why it works, all backed by simple science. Stick with me, it's like a heart-to-heart with a friend who's got your back. Let's get you moving again. Let's paint a picture, fellas. You wake up and your knees creak like an old wooden floor. Getting out of bed feels like a project. Maybe you even brace yourself on the nightstand. You shuffle to the kitchen, wincing with each step, and by the time you're pouring your coffee, your hands are so stiff you're worried you'll drop the mug. Sound familiar? For so many men over 60, this is just another morning. You're not alone. Maybe you've noticed it's harder to climb the stairs to check on the grandkids or carry groceries in from the car. Perhaps you've stopped playing golf with your buddies because your hips scream after a single swing. It's frustrating, isn't it? You're not the guy who wants to sit on the sidelines, but your body's making it tough to keep up. I get it. My dad went through this. He'd grimace getting up from his recliner, trying to hide the pain so we wouldn't worry. But I saw it, the way he'd pause before taking a step, like he was calculating if it was worth the ache. It's not just physical either. That stiffness steals your energy, your confidence, even your joy. You start skipping outings, avoiding chores, or passing on invites because you're tired of feeling like your body's betraying you. Maybe you've tried creams, pills, or stretches, but nothing seems to stick. You might even wonder if this is just how it's supposed to be now. Spoiler, it's not. The truth is, your joints are like the hinges on an old gate. If they're rusty, they don't swing smoothly. And certain foods you're eating, probably without a second thought, are piling on the rust. They're triggering inflammation, wearing down cartilage, and making every move harder than it needs to be. But here's the good news. You don't have to live like this. You don't need fancy diets or expensive supplements. By cutting out 3 specific foods and swapping them for better options, you can start oiling those hinges and moving with less pain. This isn't about giving up everything you love. It's about small, doable changes that let you get back to living. Think about the little things you miss. Maybe it's tinkering in the garage, fishing with your son, or just walking the dog without feeling like you need a nap afterward. Those moments matter, and they're worth fighting for. I've seen men like you, guys who thought they were done, turn it around by making these simple tweaks. My uncle, for example, was hobbling around at 65, barely able to mow the lawn. After cutting out these foods and adding some joint-friendly ones, he's back to fixing up his old car and even took up hiking again. It's not magic. It's about knowing what's hurting you and what can help. The problem is, most of us don't realize how much our diet impacts our joints. We're told to eat healthy, but what does that even mean when your knees feel like they're grinding glass? General advice doesn't cut it. You need specifics, what to avoid, what to eat, and why it makes a difference. That's what we're diving into today. I'm not a doctor, but I've dug into the research and seen the results in real people like my dad and uncle. This is about giving you the tools to take control so you can feel stronger, move easier, and enjoy the years ahead. Let's walk through this together like I'm sitting across from you at the kitchen table, because I know you deserve to feel better. All right, let's get to the heart of it. The 3 foods you need to ditch to save your joints and what to replace them with. These aren't complicated fixes, just practical swaps that can make your joints feel like they've been oiled up instead of rusted shut. Each tip is straightforward, with a little science to back it up, explained like I'm talking to my own dad. Ready? Here we go. First up, ditch sugary drinks like soda, sweet tea, or even those healthy fruit juices. That cola with lunch or sweetened iced tea at dinner. They're like pouring sugar syrup into your joints. Sugar spikes inflammation, which is like throwing gasoline on a fire for your knees and hips. It triggers the release of cytokines, tiny proteins that ramp up swelling and pain in your cartilage. Over time, this wears down the cushioning in your joints, making every step ache more. Instead, grab green tea. It's like a soothing balm for your joints. Green tea is packed with antioxidants called catechins, which fight inflammation and help protect cartilage. Hot or iced, it's easy to sip throughout the day. Add a splash of lemon for flavor if you like, but skip the sugar. Think of your joints like a car engine. Sugar gums up the works, while green tea is like high-quality oil, keeping things running smoothly. Studies show green tea's antioxidants can reduce joint pain in conditions like arthritis. My dad started drinking a cup a day, and within weeks, he said his knees felt less crunchy. Try brewing a pitcher and keeping it in the fridge. It's a simple switch that adds up. Next, skip processed meats like bacon, sausage, or deli meats. That breakfast sausage or lunchtime ham sandwich might taste great, but they're loaded with nitrates and saturated fats that inflame your joints. It's like rubbing sandpaper on already sore cartilage. These meats also contain purines, which can raise uric acid levels, leading to gout flares or worsening joint pain. Instead, go for fatty fish like salmon, mackerel, or sardines. These are rich in omega-3 fatty acids, which are like a natural anti-inflammatory for your body. Grill a salmon fillet or toss some sardines on a salad. If fish isn't your thing, even a fish oil supplement can help, but fresh is best. Aim for 2 servings a week. Imagine your joints as rusty hinges. Omega-3s are the lubricant that eases the creak. Research shows omega-3s can lower inflammation markers and reduce morning stiffness. My uncle swore by grilled salmon dinners, saying his hips felt looser after a month. It's a small change that packs a big punch for joint health. Finally, cut out nightshade vegetables like tomatoes, eggplants, and bell peppers. For some folks, these can trigger joint pain due to compounds called solanines, which may irritate sensitive joints. That's spaghetti sauce or roasted eggplant. It could be making your knees ache more than you realize. Not everyone reacts, but if your joints are cranky, it's worth cutting these out for a few weeks to see. Instead, load up on leafy greens like spinach, kale, or Swiss chard. These are packed with vitamins K and C, which support cartilage repair and reduce inflammation. Think of them as a repair crew for your joints. Toss them in a smoothie, sauté with garlic, or add to soups. They're versatile and easy. Leafy greens are like sending in a cleanup team to sweep away inflammation. Studies suggest their nutrients help rebuild cartilage and ease pain. My neighbor, a 68-year-old retiree, swapped tomatoes for spinach salads and noticed his hands felt less stiff in just 2 weeks. It's a simple plate swap that can make mornings easier. These fixes aren't about overhauling your life. They're small tweaks you can start today. Avoid sugary drinks, processed meats, and nightshades, and replace them with green tea, fatty fish, and leafy greens. Your joints will thank you, and you'll start feeling the difference in weeks, not months. Now, let's dig a bit deeper into why these foods hurt and how the swaps help. I'll keep it simple, no medical jargon, just the facts in plain English, like explaining it to a buddy over coffee. Plus, I'll throw in some bonus tips on when and how to eat these joint-friendly foods for maximum impact. Sugar isn't just bad for your waistline, it's a joint wrecker. When you sip soda or sweet tea, your blood sugar spikes, triggering the release of inflammatory proteins called cytokines. These attack your cartilage, the spongy cushion in your joints, making it thinner and less effective. Over time, this leads to bone-on-bone grinding, which is why your knees feel like they're screaming. High sugar also messes with insulin, which can worsen inflammation. A 2014 study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that regular soda drinkers had higher markers of inflammation, directly linked to joint pain. Bonus tip: sip green tea in the morning or mid-afternoon to curb cravings for sugary drinks. If you're not a tea guy, try sparkling water with a splash of lemon. It's refreshing and keeps you hydrated, which is key for joint lubrication. Aim for 2 to 3 cups of green tea daily, but don't overdo it if you're sensitive to caffeine. Bacon, sausage, and deli meats are packed with nitrates, sodium, and saturated fats. These trigger inflammation by increasing oxidative stress in your body, like rust spreading on metal. They also contain purines, which break down into uric acid. Too much uric acid can form crystals in your joints, causing sharp pain, especially if you've got gout or arthritis. A 2017 study in arthritis and rheumatology linked processed meat consumption to higher rates of joint inflammation in older adults. Bonus tip: prep fatty fish simply: grill salmon with olive oil and herbs for a quick dinner. If fresh fish is pricey, canned sardines or mackerel are budget-friendly and just as effective. Eat fish midweek to spread out your omega-3 intake. If you're vegetarian, try flaxseed oil for omega-3s, but check with your doctor first. Nightshades like tomatoes and eggplants contain solanine, a compound that some people's bodies don't handle well. It's not a problem for everyone, but if your joints are sensitive, solanine may irritate them, causing swelling and stiffness. There's no definitive study proving nightshades cause arthritis, but anecdotal evidence and small studies, like one from 2013 in Alternative Medicine Review, suggest they can worsen symptoms for some. If you're curious, cut them out for 3 weeks and track how you feel. Bonus tip: blend spinach or kale into a morning smoothie with berries and a banana for a sweet, joint-friendly start. If raw greens aren't your thing, lightly steam them to keep nutrients intact. Eat greens at lunch or dinner to balance your meals. Frozen greens are just as good and easier on the wallet. Inflammation is the main culprit. Think of it as a fire smoldering in your joints, fueled by the wrong foods. Sugary drinks, processed meats, and nightshades add logs to that fire, causing swelling, pain, and cartilage breakdown. Over time, this leads to osteoarthritis or worsens existing conditions. The swaps, green tea, fatty fish, leafy greens, work like firefighters, dousing the flames with antioxidants, omega-3s, and vitamins. They help repair cartilage, reduce swelling, and keep your joints lubricated. A 2018 study in Nutrients showed that diets high in omega-3s and antioxidants lowered joint pain in 60% of older adults with arthritis. Timing matters. Spread out your joint-friendly foods across the day to keep inflammation low. For example, green tea in the morning, a spinach salad at lunch, and salmon for dinner. Stay hydrated. Water helps flush out toxins like uric acid. Also, light movement after meals, like a short walk, keeps joints loose without overdoing it. If you're overweight, even losing 5 to 10 pounds can take pressure off your knees, like removing a heavy backpack. These changes are like tuning up an old car. You don't need a new engine, just the right fuel and maintenance. Start small, maybe with one swap, and build from there. Your joints aren't done yet, and neither are you. Gentlemen, you don't have to let joint pain steal your days. Small changes, like cutting out sugary drinks, processed meats, and nightshades, can make your knees, hips, and hands feel years younger. Start today with one swap, like green tea for soda, and watch how your body thanks you. I made this video because I've seen men like my dad and uncle get their spark back, and I want that for you. If this helped even one person move easier, it was worth it. Please like this video, subscribe for more tips, and drop a comment. Tell me what foods you're cutting or how your joints feel. Share this with a dad, uncle, or friend who's struggling. Let's help each other live stronger. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss the next video. You've got this.